Bro, how many times have we, like, I didn't even think about washing my hands like,
I know, and I still don't want to. Like, I'm not happy about. I always wash my hands after the bathroom, but I never wash my hands randomly in between outside and inside unless something actively happened where I felt like, ooh, dirty.
Or I touched something or something like that.
Yes.
But it's like literally a great
I'm like, I kind of feel weird about that. I don't really want to go through life. I'm okay washing my hands every time I come in the house.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go through life literally opening the car door, closing it, getting the wipes out, wipe everything down, wipe the wheel down, wipe the gear down, wipe the car door down, go and put your gloves on to open up a door in a building or a restaurant or an open place, and then go in and stand a third and press the button and then stand a third. And I don't really want to go through life constantly wiping down everything.
Yeah.
I don't. Like the quarantine, it's in a good, it needs to happen this way to save lives, but it has promoted paranoia.
Yeah. Yeah. Anxiety and
right
everything.
Outside, I'm walking the baby in the stroller, in the secluded area, literally walking in circles in a parking lot, and like a strong breeze comes, and I see somebody, like literally across the street, like 20, 30 feet away, like mad far away. And I'm like, oh God, if they cough, or does this breeze hold the cough?
You know what? You know what?
How long can the corona? How long can the COVID-19 live on a breeze? Can it surf a breeze?
3-1, yeah, we've just begun. 3 words, 2 friends, 1 wish. Open your mind to a new perspective. 3-1, we're just having fun, yeah. Loving life and everything it gives. No hate, only positive.
College, it was the work study. It was freaking for
in college. What work study?
My first job was to in the Douglas Center, and I did the meeting rooms. I like put the meeting rooms together and roll round tables and
How you get fired from that?
Listen, because I was a little lazy, because you can't come out the woodwork with such a physically demanding job.
I don't even think I remember that job. It was such a blip in our life.
It was short-lived, my friend. Short-lived.
It was a little blip on the radar.
Short-lived. Very short-lived.
Oh.
You remember because I used to call you because I would stay there until like midnight. That was when my shift would end. Midnight. And walk that scary behind Douglas Path all the way back to Katzenbach.
Ooh.
And I would be on the phone with you to keep me up. To keep me, you
was walking, you was up already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
It was scary. It was scary. So I was like, hi, I just want to, and I did it with a little attitude. I was like, in my head, I was probably like, I'm too good for this.
That's something else I like to discuss. We be thinking we so good. All right. We got
so you need it.
We always talking about how good we are for all right, you know what? Just in case this is part of the episode, let me just throw an intro in now. If this is the episode we end up doing, peeps, we decided to title it, why both our heads tilted the same way. We decided to title it Happy, Healthy, Whole. So I thought it was Happy, Healthy, Whole.
Oh, happy, healthy. Hold on.
Or Healthy, Happy, Whole.
Hold on.
Oh, no. Wait. I like Happy, Healthy, Whole. It just sounds nasty. WHOLE. I know, that's what I'm saying. Should it be Happy, Healthy, Whole, or should it just be titled God Got Us?
Happy, Healthy, Whole, and God Got Us.
Happy, Healthy, Whole, or God Got Us? What did you want to title this one?
Whole, happy, healthy? What? I'm the mix of Happy, Healthy, Whole.
Yes. Happy, Healthy, Whole, guys. This is the 3 words for this title of this episode. If we carry it out all the way to the end, especially in this quarantine season, our goals, our dreams, our prayers are to be happy, healthy, and whole this quarantine season so we can make it out on the other side, on this earth still. Give us a little more time, Lord, to live our lives, live our dreams, and be with our families during that time. So
Into a new
that's what this
normal, a better
episode is
normal.
about. Correct.
Right.
Now that whole thought process of always feeling like we better than, girl, almost every job that I've had, I feel like I ended up in that mindset of I am better than this. I'm supposed to do better than this. I'm supposed to do more than this. And there's nothing wrong with thinking highly of yourself. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you are more capable to do more and better and greater things in this world. But there should be a point, I feel like, where we all just chill out with that. Because everybody can't be better than everything. Everybody can't necessarily own a business. Everybody can't be the boss, because then who would be the people you're bossing over? Who would be the people you are leading? Who will be that crew? If everybody is better than this, how will we ever? No one can be on top if no one's on the bottom.
But I think,
and not to say that in a negative way. I just want to say it like what is it? I've been watching Downton Abbey. It's quarantine season, guys. We got to catch up to these shows. Don't roll your eyes. I saw your eyes shift, ma'am. Don't. It's fun watching rich people live sometimes. Anyway, I love period stuff too, period pieces and period movies and stuff like that. So, watching Downton Abbey. Now, if you push aside your judgment, a big part of Downton Abbey, right? And a lot of those things, when you like watch those period pieces and movies with kings and queens and whatnot, they have a lot of servants to keep things running, keep things going, right? At first, you automatically feel like, and there's a difference. The slave and the servant are different things. Thank you. Let's put that out there. Now, for servants who voluntarily kind of get into that work because maybe they haven't been born with the status, and so they need the work, that's like, it was a time in many areas, and even today, where being a servant wasn't a negative thing. It was more of a place of honor that at least in your status, without having the money or background didn't have, you still can live and be happy in this wonderful castle or palace and have food on the table every day because the cooks feed you and all that stuff too. Like consistent meals, consistent pay, and a nice home, as opposed to being on the streets or in the rough, because of the status you were born as. So it felt like to a lot of people, like those were like really good jobs to get. It was like you can be a lawyer, doctor now. Those were good jobs to have when you weren't born with the status of already having. Especially when you're not living in like a democracy like we live in now. We live in a world where anybody and everybody can be whatever they want to be, dream and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you can have all these different things in the world of America. It's nothing but opportunity. Anybody can be that. And I get it now. When you watch stuff like Downton Abbey or like the European world and how like the monarchy or Asia, how the monarchy kind of puts you in, depending on where you were born and your class and status, you are not really allowed to rise above a certain level. That's why people like Princess Diana and stuff were such a big deal. Because if you aren't already born in it, that's not really a possibility for you.
Yeah.
America is supposed to be this place where no matter how you're born, you literally can be the leader at some point, rock style. So when I see stuff like that, I kind of get it. When you're born into this America, you don't grasp it like that. But when you see other lives and how it's lived, it's like, oh, that's why it's the land of opportunity. Oh, and there's my son. Hi, baby.
He went in. He's like, hi.
He went in. Sesame Street must be about to come on the next episode. He like, hey, what you doing, Mom? Well, hi. But so in that show, there are scenes and stuff where like servants, they feel lesser than or oh good Lord, baby boy. Come on, man. Come on. They feel lesser than or disrespected if they're not allowed to do their job. If they're not allowed to do their jobs. Like the valet or the guy who's supposed to like dress the duke or the male or whatever, put his coat on, fix his cufflinks and all that stuff. Like if he's not doing that role, if the guy's like, no, I got it, he kind of feels like his life is at is meaningless because he really feels that job. And there's a part in there where like a rich guy is like, everyone has a role to play and they must be allowed to play that role. And a lot of them took pride in that and felt like that was really good for them to have that. Us as Americans in this land of opportunity, we all feel like we can make it or should make it. So we all feel like everything is below us. And I'm like, I've always found joy, even in the lowest, quote unquote, of jobs, like in the retail and all that kind of stuff. I had good friends. We had good jokes. A humbleness was born in me from having all these different jobs that would not have even, fazed me if I didn't have those experiences. And like the jokes and the laughs and the lives we lived and talked about, if we weren't together in that status, we wouldn't even have those kind of conversations.
Yeah.
Did I want to be so great or feel like I'm so high and mighty and above all this that I never wanted those experiences? Like, we kind of get uppity with it. We get so caught up in our opportunities. We don't even realize that, like, we never even think of ourselves in a job for that long that we feel like we're above. And I don't know if that's always a great mindset to have. It's good to be ambitious, but I don't know if it's a great mindset to have of where you are when you're working where you are, to always kind of be like dissatisfied in the position you're currently in.
That's what I've learned about like stewardship, stewarding over whatever you got going on right now, and just taking the best care of it that you can, because that's all you got right now. And to get anywhere else, you just got to take care of this so they can be blessed with something bigger and better. Because when I quit that job, I ain't never had no job before, and I thought I was unscathed by the works of elders and peasants and moving and shaking and retail. I was like, I made it to college without that. Why am I doing now?
Right.
And it's funny because
college don't guarantee none of that.
None of that. And then after that, you be like, yeah, I work at Ross. You need me to move this, move that, ring this person up, pick up them shoes. I got it. It's funny because even after that job, after I quit that job, all the way up into my senior year, like OC and I forgot her name. I see her face. Morgan. That's her name. Morgan and OC would always tell me, if you had like stuck in there, you would have been a manager over that spot right now. And they would always tell me that. And I'm like, how the heck? Every time you're like, if you would have stuck there, mind you, I don't even remember them being there when I was working there. All I saw was the fact that I was doing stuff I ain't like to do, and it wasn't what I pictured. It wasn't the glorious picture of a work study job or like some exposure. I was like the night owl. I had to do stuff when nobody was looking, so that people can have their meetings and conferences and events and whatnot. But I missed out on the opportunity because OC, Morgan, all of them were like managers by senior year and making money still. And only because I couldn't see that part, I couldn't see that far in the future. I couldn't hold on to get to that point. I just saw what I was dealing with at the time. That's why I let it go. But now I don't do that because I know the things I don't see, those are the things I'm working for. So I have to steward over what I have. And just be a steward. I may not be where I want to be, but I gotta, because somebody's always watching.
Somebody's always
watching how you.
And you learn things in those positions, and you appreciate things in those positions that you wouldn't if you were able to just skip over past go.
That haunts. Like, that's so weird. They would always tell me that, and I'm like, that's old news. But they were literally teaching me a lesson, even in that. Like, not
patience. Patience is something that's so rare. Everybody think they patient too. Patience is really tested.
And they were calling the shots at that point. They were telling other people to move this and move that, and they didn't have to do any of that. I could have gotten to that point, and it would have looked good on my resume. Just saying.
It would have.
Hello,
girl.
Yeah.
Need to humble ourselves even more than we realize.
Yeah, that was a
whole quarantine. I'm sure has humbled a lot of people in this world.
Hello, and if you ain't humbled, you should be ashamed. I said
or at least in this country. Humbled, more grateful for so many. Oh God.
Seriously.
So many
Seriously.
things.
So
Walking
many things.
outside. Every time if I take out the garbage or anything like that, it's such a nice day almost every day. It's just like, oh, I would love, like, and I remember those days when I'm at work, I would come out and I'm like, I want to go to the park right now with my husband, my baby, let's go. Like, and I could, and we could get YOLO.
Yeah.
Not YOLO.
Yeah.
Yogurt. What's the yogurt stuff?
Oh,
What's that called?
Froger.
The yogurt
What is
place.
it?
Frozen your Froyo. We could go
Froyo.
get some
I thought you were
Froyo.
saying really YOLO. I was like, yes, Lord.
But we did. We would get Froyo. We would get, just something from a truck. It was just good, just free. We'd walk around holding hands in neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
This life after this with the mask and all that. I was telling y'all I can't watch a movie without seeing people. I'm like, oh, they holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them.
I did that
touching
too.
and being social beings. Yeah.
Bro, how many times have we, like, I didn't even think about washing my hands like,
I know, and I still don't want to. Like, I'm not happy about. I always wash my hands after the bathroom, but I never wash my hands randomly in between outside and inside unless something actively happened where I felt like, ooh, dirty.
Or I touched something or something like that.
Yes.
But literally,
I'm like, I kind of feel weird about that. I don't really want to go through life. Now, I'm okay washing my hands every time I come in the house.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go through life literally opening the car door, closing it, getting the wipes out, wipe everything down, wipe the wheel down, wipe the gear down, wipe the car door down, go and put your gloves on to open up a door in a building or a restaurant or an open place, and then go in and then stand a third and press the button and then stand a third. And I don't really want to go through life constantly wiping down everything.
Yeah.
Like the quarantine, it's in a good, it needs to happen this way to save lives, but it has promoted paranoia.
Yeah. Yeah. Anxiety and
right
everything.
Outside, I'm walking the baby in the stroller, in the secluded area, literally walking in circles in a parking lot, and like a strong breeze comes, and I see somebody, like literally across the street, like 20, 30 feet away, like mad far away. And I'm like, oh God, if they cough, or does this breeze hold the cough?
You know what? You know what?
How long can the corona? How long can the COVID-19 live on a breeze? Can it surf a breeze? Can it surf a wave?
Yo, the many questions and the things that we think about, like, how long does it last on a plastic bag?
Yes, on a plastic bag. How long does it last on paper because of the mail? How long does it last on cardboard? I open my Amazon packages outside and leave the cardboard out there.
Yeah.
So how long does it last on cardboard? I know they said
it's
metal
24
surfaces
hours.
up to 12 hours.
Yeah.
You said what?
24 hours or something like that.
24 hours on cardboard?
I ain't say nothing.
Is that true?
Yeah, apparently that's what I read.
Are you serious?
But here's the thing.
It lasts longer on cardboard?
And on what? On plastic, it's 3 days. Here's my thing. What was living on there before? God, people were not clean. Like, hello?
I'm saying we all, and I mean, there's many random times that we all get like colds and stuff like that throughout our lives.
We never think it's like that, though. We never think it's like that. We think it's because it's someone we know had a cold and you got the cold.
Exactly.
It's usually that way. It's that direct. It's not usually because you touched something and you got it. Like, that's not usually how it goes. That's why people feel comfortable enough going into work, because as long as they're, covering their mouth and, staying away, not, being all in people's faces, then you can have a cold and, you can throughout the day. And many people, including myself, has done that in the office or in your workplace.
Up to 24 hours on cardboard. And up to 2 to 3 days on plastic and stainless steel.
Told you.
Bruh. How do you wipe down plastic bags, bro?
Listen, you know how environmental.
And black people, we keep our plastic bags
and reuse them. I have not. I have put it in one big bag so I can recycle the whole big bag. And if I don't have an opportunity to do that, it goes in the trash. And that hurts me as an environmentally conscious person. Now is not the time, okay? Because I'm like,
much. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's
It's
a
a lot.
lot. I like
It-
living a life of open to, you want your kids to play outside, you want them to touch stuff because you want them to get the germs so they can build the antibodies.
mm,
That's what you want.
mm.
To live in a world where we supposed to be, germaphobes for everything, it's too much.
Yeah, I think about people with OCD during this because if this is how they live
Oh,
all the
God.
time, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
So I had to check on the kid.
It's
But yes, that's a
a lot.
lot. But I
It's a
never
lot.
wanted to live an OCD life like that.
Mm-mm.
I'm okay with germs, like normal germs and stuff like that. I'm usually okay with life like that. I can get a cold and be all right, fight through it, come back, I'm good again. And I was
Mhm.
okay with that because my body, I felt like, got stronger to an extent from it.
Mhm.
But to try to avoid it all completely, and then with this thing being, I'll tell you the two things that bother me. The things that bother me about COVID-19, I mean, outside of the obvious, don't want people to pass, don't want people in pain, definitely don't want. But two things that really bother me about this whole thing is the biggest thing, asymptomatic.
Mhm.
Well, it's one thing when we know what symptoms to look for,
Yeah.
and then we're like, okay, this is it. I got to fight through it, right?
Mhm.
But the people who have no symptoms but have it,
Mhm.
how would you know? How would you even know
Yeah.
to quarantine yourself? When does the quarantine end? If you don't have symptoms to begin with, you're just hoping that somehow you contracted it. You don't know when, you don't know how long you had it. And then you, from that point of finding out, you wait 2 weeks. And that's for the people who can afford to just get tests done. Because since they're
Mhm.
so far and few between, and all the
Mhm.
rich people who are getting tests done just to see because they can.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like, well, so the fact that people don't have symptoms, how do we know to avoid who when you don't have a symptom?
Yeah.
Then you're a
You still.
carrier. Who can you carry it to? Us with kids, with babies, that's scary.
Yep.
At least with the symptoms, it was like, okay, I know something's up. Let me go hide away. But
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Then it's the thing that even I approved Cardi B for actually discussing the whole, if you do have it or if you do get the test done, quarantine yourself off. She was talking about how, everybody don't have these big old mansions where they can go hide in the West Wing.
Hello.
Most of
Hello.
us live in small homes or apartments where there's no place to hide. We are surrounded by our loved ones at all times.
Mhm.
So where do you quarantine at that point? What do you do?
I was looking
Thank
at.
God most of the cases are mild or enough for people to like get over it at
Yeah.
home. And then we have, our health systems are said to be overrun. So nobody wants to have to go to the hospital, number one, because
Mhm.
apparently there's no room and it's just people who are either infected or not all surrounding up in there. So then you're just hoping you're getting over it at home. So then it's like,
Yeah.
why do I even go to get tested just to scare the crap out of myself more when our only options are home anyway?
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Indeed, it
So
is.
I want to build, it's almost like, you want to kind of just, I've had thoughts where I kind of wanted it to come and go. Like, hopefully I make it through to get the antibodies. I don't want it, but that's just been a thought because with all this, you can have it, but you can't have it possibly. It's so ambiguous. You kind of want to be on the other side rather than be the person who it could be impending hitting you. I don't know. I don't want it at all. I don't, but I want antibodies to it. It's hard. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I was like, eh. That's what makes me think of like, okay, I cannot. I
I
cannot go
know
back
the
and
thought
forth.
process is a big old circle. That's why, Lord, I'm back. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, peeps. It got me back into my faith.
Mhm.
I thought I could afford to be Oprah spiritual. No, man, I'm good. I'm back. I'm back to the good old church front, looking for every live feed of every sermon. I opened that Bible up I bought years ago because it was pretty.
Mhm. That's right, friend.
I'm
That's
back
right,
in
friend.
my faith as hard as I can be while I'm learning to be better, a better person for the Lord.
Mhm.
Took a while. I saw Oprah say that one episode. I wouldn't say I'm religious. I
Uh-huh.
said I'm spiritual. And I said,
How much?
yes, that's what I feel like I am.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
I
be
always think that
doing the
that's a whole
church
different.
life. I don't be doing all that life. I don't get it. I don't really stick. But that spiritual life, like I believe in the Lord. Now I'm like,
Here's my thing.
Hymn number 28.
But and that could be a whole nother episode, spiritual versus or spiritual not religious.
Ooh.
Hello, because I I got a lot to say about that. Because sometimes that is just a way for somebody to be like, I believe there's a higher power, but I don't want to follow the same rules.
I don't want to do the work.
Exactly. I don't want to do the work. I don't want to follow the specific rules that come along with that certain thing. And I'm not saying, and religion and the order of religion
gets a bad rap.
And it's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing, because here's my thing. I can say I'm spiritual to someone that's not spiritual, or like I said, I was spiritual to somebody who I wouldn't consider has a faith, like a specific faith. I was like, oh, you would be more religious. I'm like, I can't be religious if I'm literally a non-denominational Christian. I literally believe Christ lived, he performed, he died, he raised, he coming back. That's it. I don't believe that I should be this, or there should be rules. I can't wear no skirts. I can't do this. There's certain commandments that I follow and certain guidelines that I like to live my life by, in reflection of who I believe in, who I believe to be the truth. And those are my guidelines. But to say that somebody is wrong because of X, Y, Z, or to say I'm better because I do X, Y, Z is a whole different thing. So I feel like people don't really have the right context when they say spiritual, nor do they have the right context when they say religious. Because you can be highly spiritual and not be religious, not be bound by the church of this and da 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 and this and da da da.
Right, the specific religion.
Exactly.
The rules that go with it.
I feel like there's a whole different, there's more areas to that. It's not just this or that. It's, I don't know. And sometimes that's a cop out. They're like, I believe it, but I don't want to do all of that. I want to do what I want to do.
Right. Oh, with the shimmy and everything. Yeah. With the shimmy and everything.
You know, I be there. But that's a whole different discussion. That's something I would like to do with a lot of people. Different backgrounds, different views. That would be an awesome conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's why I say in all of this, with the ups and the downs, the turnarounds, all I could do is be sure of what I'm sure of, which is my faith.
All right now.
And that's literally it, because nothing else seems sure. It's literally
you right. There's no like deadline to this. We don't know what's next. I just know that I've had a very blessed life. I'm surrounded by very great, blessed family and friends. And God is, I'll tell you all a little bit of it, not much, but I had, towards the beginning of this, big panic attacks, anxiety attacks. And it was rough. I was sure I was dying, like, because I was creating the symptoms because of my fear. And the only thing that's gotten me calm, because I've tried many of things, from music, exercise, dancing randomly, the list goes on, meditation, which I still am cool with some meditation techniques, prayer, but it was empty prayer. I feel like it was desperate prayer, which isn't the kind that really infiltrated my fear. But a whole bunch of things. And the only thing that really kind of stuck was my faith, getting back into my faith, the faith over fear rhetoric. It really, really did. Starting to watch sermons and listen to the Lord and listen to the word, open my Bible, and then have like full prayers. And that's the only thing that's really kept my heart calm as long and as great till I can sleep again. And it's rough out here.
It really is.
But it was like, that was something I could lean on and believe in, and then pray for. And then we did fasting together, which was awesome. It's an awesome experience. Especially because I felt like my mother was going through COVID, and that she felt like on Easter she just felt so much better. Like she finally got on the other side. Said, "Oh Lord, thank you for that miracle." And like beginning to pray and just look forward and stop it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Hold on. Don't do it. Oh, you suck. You tried to do it. I said don't do it. I'm gonna put you in the crib. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. Well, it's good enough. Thank you. Good job. Yes, right. Don't you do it. I said, don't you do it. Then you go and you be. You such a sour patch. You're going to be sweet, then you're going to be sour. Mommy going to put you in the crib.
My mom says that a lot to kids.
He really is. Bitch,
Yeah.
out here doing something good and doing something bad. I see it. I'm here now. Hi, you. In your crib.
Hi, baby.
On his way to purgatory.
Bye, baby.
Okay. We're good. He's safe in the crib. All right. Doggone it, what was I saying? So yes, faith is the only thing that got me really back into it. And it's praying for others, believing in the miracles, believing in the word. Because my main thing was trying to get over the fear of death. Because I feel like if I can get over the fear of death, then nothing can scare me. Guess what? Can't really. It's very hard to get over the fear of death. You're going to be scared no matter what. Because there's no real testimonies about what happens on the other side. But through my faith, I have found hope in death. Because we all got to experience it anyway. It's just kind of the inevitable thing of human nature. But that's the only thing that makes things precious. So you can't really have life without that death factor. Because then what do you have to look forward to? It's very weird, the whole concept. I'm still writing my blog post about that to try to figure it out. Especially when it comes to faith, because you almost feel like, does faith, end with death? Do you, like, how does that, I feel like that's the ultimate test of faith a lot of times, is like the death factor. If the miracle you're praying for or something, if they don't make it, does that mean it's over? But we also talked about through this process how God gives you things that the way you don't expect it to happen.
Yeah.
So
that's a hard one for me too. When somebody,
it's hard. Part of me thought of maybe the reason that people typically die in a certain order. Like you would hope, the best you can hope for is through age. The people who are older go first. And that might be what that person needs to feel more comfortable with it. Like I'd probably feel more comfortable with death if, I knew I could see my parents again or my grandparents again. Or then I thought of maybe people who don't have great relationships with their parents or grandparents, but they have the best relationship with their child, and the people who lose a child, maybe that helps ease them into the afterlife, knowing they'll be with their kid again. Maybe that's why kids go first sometimes. I don't know. These are just the things that go in my head that have kind of gave me some sense of comfort, of at least having something to look forward to. Because I've, holidays, all that, all my life. I hate the human brain sometimes because it thinks too much. It goes too much. It goes
far.
It goes so far. And sometimes you just need to be simple. And I know, I look forward to each and every holiday over and over again, and I'm excited about it. And then sometimes I allow my brain to think, oh gosh, it's almost midnight. It's almost over. And now we have to wait another year. And that was quick. I just waited all year for something to end within 24-hour period of me being awake. And now it's done. And now it's gone. And now it's just, if you think like that, it's hard to even look forward to anything. Hard to look forward to your marriage when you know it's going to be over within 8 hours. Hard to look forward to, all these little things. But if you just, and my husband always was like, what's the point of like this and Christmas and all this stuff? Everybody building up to this point. I said, it's just something to look forward to. Makes every year more exciting when you have something planned that you can do.
It's togetherness.
I don't know. I think that's probably
it's like togetherness and choosing to be joyful in a moment. Like even if it's forced sometimes, like you're like, I'm definitely going to have joy that day. But
right, like I can't wait to eat that turkey this and the third. Or that's how extra grateful I'm about to be once I get to be with my family again. Once I get to be with just around the table and praying over some meal that we're going to eat, some random meal. The prayer that I know about to hit our hearts when we all get together and can hold hands again is going to be deep.
Hello? You know what I've experienced during this whole time? It is. I've experienced how powerful interceding for other people, intercession prayer, like
Mm.
interceding for other people, like the joy it comes with that, and the fact that you realize how much your heart wants someone else to make it, someone else to be good, praying over
Mm-hmm.
your neighbors, your friends, your family, like how good it is to do that for someone else, and how good it is to hear that I'm praying for you. I
Mm-hmm.
covered you in prayer.
Right. It
Like,
always seemed like a thing you would just say. I've said it before and then did like a quick prayer,
hmm
but almost possibly still, they might have been, they were good prayers, but they were quick. They were easy. They might have even seemed like empty prayers.
mm.
They weren't backed by anything heavier. You know
Hello,
what I mean?
hello, you better back it up with faith.
Mm.
You better back it up,
But
because if we
now,
act,
yeah, I'm like, I'm praying for you. I'm really praying for you. Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really getting into a quiet area and
yes,
just
and being
allowing my
intentional.
words and my feeling, and I don't stop until I feel it, until I at least feel
Yes,
it. I'm really like sending
yes, you're
that
speaking
out
life.
to you.
Yeah, you're speaking life into the situation, no matter what it looks like, no matter who's around. I'm speaking life for you, and I'm being intentional in my time and my energy to put it towards everything you got going on, so that everything that's good will come out of this, that you will be blessed in this, that you will be kept in this, that you will be protected and healed in this. It,
Mm-hmm.
intentional. That's
Mm.
why that's why I keep on saying, like, it's not going to be the same normal, because you can't tell me we can go through something like this and you not be intentional in every move that you make in this life,
God,
knowing that
yes.
it's so fragile and it could be changed up so fast. Look how fast our great country just got spinned on its head. Like, hey, wait, what, wait, uh, we can't afford, why, like,
Right. I
everything is
can't visit
busted.
my fam. I can't celebrate holidays. Like, I, what does the
All
young
of this
lady
shut
say?
down,
You come
and
out
not
like,
even
you know,
just
as
that.
much time to, oh, we can't even be together. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I never was yearning to go to church as much as I am now.
Hello, yeah,
To
just
be
to be with
surrounded
people.
by that hope and faith, or how much I like taking the movies for granted. When we just go to,
Yeah,
I love movies and
I
eating
did think
out
about
of
how
restaurants.
dirty the movies be though. I was
Are
like,
you
oh
serious?
Lord, oh Lord. Ugh. But like, fellowshipping with people, we're relational people. We're supposed to be in relation with people. That's how we survive this life. Friendships,
Mm-hmm.
couples and family and mothers and daughters and like, that's how we live. So
Yes.
to be severed from that totally is just crazy. And then added the pressures of what I was saying with this country, everything that's going on. We didn't know how to do this. We don't know how to do this. We are not prepared to handle this. Girl, I saw gas was $1.98, and I felt like my mother and my grandfather. I was like, oh, $1.
I know.
And
With
they would say, I
nowhere to
remember
go.
nowhere to go and no room to put it in. I was like, Lisa, you don't even need to go there and get none. What they gonna do? You don't have even used a quarter of your tank yet.
You know
You
how
ain't
long
go
our
nowhere
tank
but
been
work.
full? Our tank has been full for a minute.
Hello? And I only go to work every day from 1 to 7, but my tank is only at a quarter. Like, only at a quarter.
You know
You
where
know,
to
like,
go.
nowhere to go. And I was like, I'll just wait. It'll be $1 by the time I need it.
I'm telling you, I miss it.
It's
I just
crazy.
miss it all. I miss it all. It's about to be a whole new world, man. Like, how
Mm.
do you reacclimate yourself into society after something like this? I keep trying to read old stuff. I'm like, when Spanish flu, I'm like, oh, snap, they had masks on back then. They were walking around 1918, they had masks on.
That's what I was thinking, bro. There's no way, because we were thinking about that. If we do get the okay, who's really gonna come here like, oh yeah, everything's cool, everything's all right? I don't think I would. I cannot.
No, it's going to be very touch and go. Like, people are going to be very cautious.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm gonna be one of those
I
people.
just
I'm gonna
I
be like,
wanted things to calm down enough for me feel like I'm okay. I kind of just wanted the hospitals and medical centers and stuff to feel like they were cool enough to be like not overrun. Like, that would
yeah,
make me feel more confident when,
yeah,
and like, I was getting on that train with y'all. I still don't know now about that whole non-vaccine life. I don't know, because that might be another thing that just at least makes me feel secure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want the hospitals to be more accessible, to
Mhm.
where I can feel comfortable going to my doctor or to a hospital and getting the help that I need to get out of there.
Yeah.
I need the hospitals to be back in order in that way. That will make me feel safe. And I'm probably going to be one of the first people in line for that vaccine, at least at first.
Mhm.
I have asthma, and this is a disease out here that's attacking lungs, bruh. I'm frightened. Well,
Yeah.
not at the moment. Like I can't. I like right now when I say that it's empty, but every once in a while, a little anxiety attack tries to sneak up on my heart, and I remember that fear a few weeks ago. That shit was serious. That was a real fear. Like I
Mhm.
was sure it was it. I held Philip's hand, stared into his eyes, type fear. I was like,
You know what?
"Fuck you. This is it. This is."
I
I felt
cannot.
that. I really thought it was it. I was
I
because
know. I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody be like,
your
oh
breaths get
no.
shorter because you
Mhm.
can't. You're not giving your brain and then the brain and oxygen, so you just feel dizzy. It was crazy.
That's why I kind of think it's better if we don't try to figure this thing out and just because
Mhm.
I saw like my thing was I saw a lot of things and then we're gonna get off this
Yes.
because I don't stay on. But I saw a whole bunch of articles where they're like, how did they word it? Like, could you have had it in December or November or January or February? Quite
Hmm.
possibly. Like eh,
I've
if you
heard of
did.
a lot of people, and actually, I've known of a couple people that matched. I think they did.
Mm,
It was
and
like,
you're like,
dang,
and the added
on this for a
fact
minute.
and the fact that they didn't have that added anxiety and fear and everything that's going on right now,
Hmm.
I would hope that helped them make them through like
Right. I
push them
wonder how
through.
much fear that's been permeating through the air and through our media and everything like that has made it really sad for those people who didn't, who weren't able to kick it. Who
Yeah.
like if it actually infiltrated them to a point where they didn't feel like they could fight it. Like Chris Cuomo, I like looking at recovery articles and stuff like that and people who made it more than the people who did. I
Yeah.
like looking at those numbers and those stories and like Chris Cuomo is like one of the only famous people who got it and like seems like they're exhibiting symptoms. And I like
Yeah.
the message of how he was just like because he said he always had a low immune system type deal too.
Mm,
He just naturally had that, and how he just like for my kids, for my wife, he's like I can't let this take me out. Like I've had doctors and stuff call me, and they'll be like, how you feeling? He just laying out like I'm just tired and everything. They're like, now get up. I said I don't know.
mm.
He said no, get up anyway. He said the way to beat this thing is
Oh,
to literally
oh,
not allow it to, paralyze you.
yeah.
Get up, fight, move, hold your breath, do breathing exercises, do exercises. So I would hope that, God forbid, if it came knocking at my door, I'd be one of the people who can fight it and be all right after. But you also don't want that chance.
Exactly.
I just
You'll
want to be free. I just want to be free. Yeah,
seriously
Lord. But it's all
crazy.
right. I'm glad that at least, if nothing else, it got me back to my faith. It got me back to gratitude, a place of living, taking
Yeah.
advantage of life, seize the day.
As hurtful and as crazy and as heartbreaking as everything is, I really think
Because we're
that,
still in the thick of it. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think a lot of things are going to be birthed out of this time. Like for real. Like eh, a lot of things.
Positivity.
Like, yeah,
Like they be
positivity.
trying to
Some,
do on the social media. Like promote
yes,
positivity, not negativity.
yes. And then I wonder, like, I hope that people whose hearts are cold or were cold, this puts it in perspective that, like, why are you worried about these, trivial things? Like, just live life the best that you can, love, support,
Right. And the thing
cherish,
is, we
like,
used to live in a life where we weren't scared of everything and we were able
mm,
to just live and be and just
yeah,
because we didn't know what was going to happen anyway. Just like now, as scary as it is now, we don't know any more that's going to happen now than we did before all this happened.
seriously,
We were
every
just
day.
living life. We were living life the best way we could. We were planning stuff for way ahead. We don't
Yeah,
know when or what. We just kept planning. And that's what you got
yeah,
to do to get through. You got to keep planning. Got to keep thinking. I keep thinking of me and Phil's house that we want to build and stuff. It's very
mhm,
encouraging Just
Yeah.
think, plan, and make it reality if you can. It's wonderful. So that's the whole point. And I remember trying to write that down too, like 7 times. One of my fear tactic things was like, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm well. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm something. But I'm happy,
Yeah.
I'm healthy, I'm whole. Be
Yeah.
happy. Don't deny happiness. As long as you're still breathing, as long as you're still seeing, as long as you're still with your fam, friends, whatever, allow yourself to be happy.
And
Think
choose joy.
happy thoughts.
And choose
Even if
joy.
you're sick, think
That
healthy,
is an
happy,
intentional,
healthy thoughts.
and that's an intentional thing that you could choose joy.
Choose
Find something
joy,
to be
yes.
joyous about. Like you woke up, your kids are good. You still have XYZ.
Maybe
You
you don't
made
have kids, but you finally getting through that season for that show you've been talking about forever. Go ahead,
even in
binge
that,
watch The Office,
even if that, even
Modern
that.
Family, all the good stuff.
Yeah, just find something to be happy about, really, and choose it. Live with it. Write it out.
Seriously, an unpopular opinion, Office is such a dry humor show. Good Lord.
Huh?
I mean, I don't hate it. It's amusing. The Office. It's very
What
amusing.
you mean?
Amusing, but you gotta have patience.
I'm sorry. Did you say The Office is amusing?
I did,
I
friend.
don't even know who you are.
I got through like 6
The
episodes.
Office is hilarious.
I got through like 6 episodes. I liked it. I did not like it. I liked it, but it is slow.
Yeah.
It's slow and dry, and you just gotta have the patience sometimes to sit around for those awkward silences to allow them to permeate into your laughing soul. You're like, it'd be like silent, them looking at each other, and you'd be like,
Such a good show.
this
You
is
ever see? Oh, man, I'll watch The Office again. I feel like The Office brought all people together. Like we all found we all-
They
that's
definitely
the thing.
talked about stuff. Was it like episode just 2 or 3 where they did the race thing? I'm like, Jesus, we just got to know y'all. Y'all out here talking. Chris,
It's so painfully true how
it's
Stanley
so
is.
painful.
It's so painfully true. I'm like, Stanley.
He always doing something. He get on my nerves. The boss, I can't.
Oh,
I cannot. But again, that makes me happy. It does. It's slow, but it's a happy, amusing show.
yeah,
Think healthy thoughts always. Even when you're sick, just think about when you're going to be healthy. Fight it.
yeah,
And be whole. Be whole. If you got to write that down many times to believe it, then do it. If you got to think it, if you got to pray on it,
pray on it.
happy, healthy, be whole. I think that's our wish for any and everybody out here during this time. Quarantine season.
Read something, do something, connect.
Read something, do something. I got so much stuff I want to do. I'm like, oh, I done chose too much. But I remember when I was covered in fear, how I felt paralyzed. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't
Yeah,
think
I
about
remember you
eating,
telling me
watching
that.
my baby, watching a show I liked, reading a book I wanted, writing, doing it. I just couldn't. I really just like, I'm not in the mindset to
'Cause
do
I think
anything productive. Like the fear paralyzes you from productivity. It's
also I think it's like you feel like you have an obligation to the fear. Like the fear is so
yes,
overwhelming that you feel
yes.
like
Like
you
you
have an
have to give
obligation.
all your attention to it.
Yes, to
No,
feed it, to
don't
breed
do
it.
that.
And it's crazy. Like only when you realize that you have no obligation to that fear is when you can like disconnect from it and not feed
Yes,
it.
yes.
And when you don't feed it, it doesn't grow. Like it's crazy
When
how
you
that works.
don't feed it, correct. When you literally push it aside.
Yeah.
Oh God. And I used to be
And
so
when you
good at pushing fear aside. Like I would just an airplane flight. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. I'm still boarding. I'm
mm,
still there. I'm there. I'm in the air. Well, this is actually quite nice. A
mm,
roller coaster ride. Shoot, posting our stuff on the internet or when I did my own like videos for Game of Thrones or whatever, posting it
mm,
on the internet. It's scary putting yourself out there, but it would be like a scary moment, but I still did it. This is the only
yeah.
time fear paralyzed me to the point where I felt like I couldn't function.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm with you. Don't feed it. Don't feed it.
Yeah.
Happy, healthy, and whole. Please,
Hmm.
always and forever, guys. Always and forever. Let's end it with the laugh, listen thing, and then do our would you rather. That way it's easier for me to edit.
All right.
So, yes, this episode talks about a lot of reality that was going on. Because, well, it's really hard to ignore the reality that's surrounding us, guys, couldn't it? Can't come back into the season without talking about it at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was trying to be a vegan before this, not forever, just
You know what?
around, seeing if I could do it for like, what was it? Me and Phil said a month.
Playing around.
We said we would do it for the month of March. Got quarantined. It was like vegan season has ended. Nobody got the time, space. No, this ain't. What you say about the plastic bag? This ain't the time.
No,
This ain't the time.
that's not the time.
Doc up. Next day we had like burgers, cheese steaks. We was going. It was wonderful. But anyway, yes. We encourage you all. Keep fighting the good fight so we can make it on the other side and talk about this, like the historic event that it is, the plague that has hit us, the pandemic. And we encourage you to always
It's been a minute.
laugh at any opportunity you got to laugh, to live, because that is what we are here doing every day. We are living.
Yes, do it.
Listen. To listen to us and other podcasts and things about in the world. Listen. Laugh, live, listen, guys. Thank you. Comment, share, follow, subscribe. We are on it all, or at least the top 3: Instagram, Twitter.
You know what? We are on it all. At least
top 4: YouTube. Top 5: Patreon. Those are the things we're on. So if you guys could like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, that would be freaking awesome. We'd like to build our following so that we can actually give to you guys as you give to us when you give us your attention. It would be really awesome if you could do that. So now, anything you guys say, Lisa, before we would you rather it up?
Nope. I'm just praying for everybody.
Praying for everybody.
Everybody.
Yes. Now for the would you rathers. For those who missed us, you might have missed this as well. I love the would you rathers. They are so much fun. I will first, should I give you ones? I wrote ones for this episode, but I also have ones from before the quarantine when we were going to see each other.
Whatever's on your heart, friend.
All right. Let me see. Okay, I think that one is stupid. Not gonna do that one.
Hi.
You hear 'em?
Yeah.
When you're sick. That one's stupid. Okay, because I think I know what I prefer at that point. All right. Here's my first one since before the quarantine. Okay. Okay. Make sure we're still recording here. Very good. Would you rather?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Would you rather go to bed hungry or full beyond reasoning? Don't scrunch your face up like that at my question. Think about the times you went to bed hungry, stomach growling through the night, couldn't even get fully sleep at first, or the times that you ate so good, but you would be like,
I don't like that feeling. I don't like tummy ache.
I know, and you got to move it all different positions.
Yeah, I don't like
comfortable, and it's just not gonna get comfortable until that sucker digest.
It's not going. I've slept hungry.
It was so good. It's like Thanksgiving. That's like when you go to a favorite restaurant. Oh, the food be so good.
No, I don't like tummy aches. I said it. I don't like tummy aches. Bump that. And I'm a grown person. I would be like, I got a tummy ache.
So you prefer to be hungry?
Yeah, I'd rather go to bed hungry.
Fine.
Cause why? Cause joy.
Oh, here we go.
In the morning.
Cometh in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would
you rather? Worrying.
You know what? Would you rather? I feel like you were singing again. Would you rather?
I would. It'll be all over in the morning. In the morning. Morning.
I'm not editing this.
You'll be able to feed your face in the morning.
Eat your face.
Go ahead.
I
That was
can't.
Bishop Paul S. Morton.
Would you rather a wet sock
Oh,
or a dry scalp?
I may be telling on myself, but I be feeling like my scalp is already dry sometimes because
You be
the
feeling like, or because you don't be moisturizing that sucker?
I don't be moisturizing. I'm one black girl that don't know how to wrap their hair, nor do I grease my scalp, and I know I should be doing
I know, me too. I'm off.
both.
Lost.
Both of them.
If that's the holder of the black card, I have failed.
Not even that, because even Indian people got the Indian help and hemp seed or whatever it's called, and then they also got the amla oil, and they make sure they do it. And I fail on both sides. Both sides. I have not made my people proud on either side.
That's terrible.
It is. So yeah, I'll take the dry scalp since I already had it. I hate wet socks.
Because you already lived that life. I
already lived it.
Oh God, the feeling of a wet sock on a dry foot.
I hate it so much.
It won't let you forget about it.
No, always there, always wet.
You gotta take a step. You feel it.
Oh, and soppy. Oh.
All right, this is the last one I had before our quarantine. Would you rather? And then you're gonna go, and then I'm gonna do then we'll do it normally with the ones I created for this episode.
Okay, because I only got 2 solid ones.
I want to get these out of the way. All right. Okay. Would you rather a blank slate or rich history when it comes to culture and tradition? The reason I ask this is because technically I feel like African Americans kind of came about, at least us Americans here in America, especially post-slavery, many of us kind of came into this world with a blank slate when it comes to culture and tradition. And
stolen history. Sorry.
Stolen history, but we've made our way. The one thing we didn't have, with they always like to, I don't like to compare sadnesses, but how people like to compare the Jewish Holocaust and the slavery of African Americans. One big thing, it's all terrible, but
all tragic.
Yeah, but I do feel like
Jewish people have
definitely lasted longer, and it also permeated past just killings and stuff like that. They took away our complete culture and history, which we weren't able to leave with those prayers and just continuing on where we left off in that sense. So, as African Americans here in America, we have had the privilege of the blank slate, but we've created our culture and history. From jazz, Renaissance, hip hop, gospel.
We do everything different.
Yes, we do everything different. We've created that difference. Even Twitter, we do it differently. And it's been beautiful, and it's fun, and it's creative, and it's free. So I wonder, would you rather have that blank slate in which you could build upon the way the African American experience is done, or would you have preferred to have that rich culture and tradition that our people and ancestors were able to grow up with, where they got, which is positives with that too. You have that assurity of, all your traditions, how things go, what you feel, life after death is, just knowing with your family, going through all those traditions and stuff, being proud of those, the same way we're like proud of every school we're in. Scarlet Knights, woo! Even though we don't even know all the are you rah rah, or Terriers with my North Tech, like each school place job that you're in, you kind of immediately represent it as like, I'm a part of this.
Yeah.
So what would you rather?
So,
I like it when I catch on one.
Because it's difficult. I would like to, but because I could open a book and see some things and read some things and listen to some people.
Yeah, but you don't know if that was yours.
No. But at the same time, I wouldn't trade it in. And it's funny that I'm saying this, but I wouldn't trade it in for what we have now. I just wish we could know a little bit more history, and we could like, because that's why my dream has always been like having some type of like community center where African American studies, Africana classes that we did in college that we chose to go for because we like desired to know more. If that could be available for every Black person outside of the realm of college, just to give them something, because I feel like when you're equipped with that information, you walk a little different, you talk a little different, you act a little different.
Yes.
At the same time, I wouldn't give it up for what we've created, what we
created thus far.
Yeah, because it's who else did it? And it would be different if we did it like we do it and nobody wanted a piece of it.
Right.
Everybody wants a piece of it.
Everybody. Culture.
Everybody.
Real.
Every business, every avenue, everybody wants a piece of it. Like we even if we're not seeing our faces, which is representation, we are seeing our influence.
Yes.
Everything. And that's a whole different problem in itself. How do we, ownership? How do we take it? How do we navigate it? How do we influence without? How do we influence this stuff without being erased from what they're pushing
in the process?
Yes. So
how do we take the reins on our own creations?
Yes, and like let us we know you like it
and benefit off of that. Yeah.
So I wouldn't trade it.
My parents were just daydreaming about reparations checks. With all these little stimulus checks popping up, we was daydreaming, having full daydreams. Like, if we won and got this reparations check popping, we would. I know a lot of Black people who waste the hell out of it, but we would definitely. You know how many houses would get bought? How many down payments?
It would be like that.
Because that's how 40 acres of the mule. It would be more than enough to, if not put a down payment on, fully buy the land and homes that we are saving for or dreaming about today.
Yeah. It'll probably be like what they do in South Carolina with their trailer homes. And I only say that because my family's in South Carolina with trailer homes.
Those trailer homes be nice though.
Hello.
So I'm with you. If we could at least learn the benefit off of our Blackness, that would be awesome.
And what they do is they buy the land, get the trailer, and brick that they're gonna thing onto the ground, and make it like a non-mobile trailer, and that's their piece of land. We have cousin Pookie over here, Tasha and them over there, David and
trailers too. Like extra levels and stuff.
Yes, she's like, I didn't know you could put her upstairs on a trailer, but they did it. They did it though.
I know. Like,
that's because we creative.
It's like walking into a Willy Wonka room in the factory. You open a little door. Like,
all of this was in there.
All that was in there. Or a
Uh-huh.
Harry Potter episode. Movie or something. Like what?
Yep. How we do. That's how we do.
All right. So you choose blank slate.
You say it like that. No, I do. But when you say it like that, because I don't. Yes, a stolen.
You change my question up. That's
the culture. When you say blank slate, it sounds nice. Like, oh, we don't know who you are. You just were here.
That's how it started with us. The only thing we knew for sure is that we were Black.
Yeah, they knew what it was.
That's the only thing they couldn't take from us. They tried with the mulattoes, but they really, they even that. At the same time, they was just like, even if you're a mulatto or whatever, you still, if you have a quarter Black in you, all those little fake numbers or whatever. So it's the only thing they didn't even want to from us because it was the differentiating
116
factor.
Yeah.
So we all just kind of was like, well, we Black, but what else? Make it, create it, be. That's serious talking about make your own destiny type stuff. So you choose blank slate. I win. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to hear the other Would You Rathers, just subscribe so that you'll know when we post them. We're going to post them later on this week, the ones that we put towards this episode. So thank you again for listening, guys. Bye.